Every morning I rise, eyes on the prize. Purpose in my stride, no disguise, no lies. Destiny's calling, I ain't stalling, I'm all in. Building my legacy, can't you see I'm falling? Life tried to break me, shake me, but I'm still here. Vision so clear, I got nothing to fear. Steps ordained, I maintain my lane. Hustle in my veins, purpose in my brain. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Haters gonna hate, but they can fuel my fire. Climbing higher and higher, I never tire. Challenges come, but I face them with grace. Determined and strong, I'm running this race. Purpose driven, every move is divine. In the darkness I shine, my soul's alive. Manifesting greatness, I'm on my grind. Unstoppable force, I'm one of a kind. My purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm on the clean. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Purpose is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I'll be alive. Overcoming. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. It's 6 o'clock. We stepping out today. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Please take this time and make sure that you send this to somebody else. Share on your Facebook page, share on your Instagram page. Go ahead and share it, send through text message to someone, and let them know we're stepping out today. In this promised land, walking in my truth, I'm the proof you see. Purpose in my stride, forever free. Life tried to break me, shake me, but I'm still here. Vision so clear, I got nothing to fear. Steps ordained, I maintain my lane. Hustle in my veins, purpose in my brain. This is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I feel alive. Welcome in, welcome in. Y'all excited and ready? We stepping out again. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Purpose is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I feel alive. Overcoming, fighting, I won't hide. In my purpose, I confide. We stepping out. We stepping out. Welcome in, everyone, to Step Out. I want you to take this time now and please share this with someone that may be ready or needing to step out. Send it to a family member, sister, cousin, auntie, whoever, and let's step out. I'm so glad to be back here and interact with y'all. I promise. I don't know. We probably have to revamp the scheduling because but I'm not gonna say that because I know we talk about self-care and taking time away and stepping back to reassess. So I'm not gonna say that. I enjoy it because it gives me time to allow Holy Spirit to literally speak to me on what we're going to be talking about each and every month. I'm excited. I hope you all have been definitely practicing self-care. We may not talk about it that much, but it's still important for self-care. It's still important that we help another person out to help their mental stabilities, to make sure that everybody's on the right path, make sure they're taking care of their business, but more so than importantly, making sure you're taken care of. It's okay to want to do for others, but sometimes we have to be selfish with ourselves and make sure we're taking care of ourselves.
So I pray that those that may be sick or not feeling their best or feeling maybe a little down, probably has a little anxiety today or depression, I pray that the Father would release that anxiety and depression that is upon you, whatever it is that's trying to hold you back and bring you down, that it will unleash and unlock and fall to death's ears, fall down to death door. We don't want it. We rebuke it right now in the mighty name of Yeshua. That as we're walking into this, as we're stepping out today, if you chose to step out with me today at 6 o'clock, I'm so grateful for you. And thank you once more and again. But for those that may come back in a little later or and watch it, we praying yet for you too, that as you continue to walk out into whatever purpose that the Father has planned for you, that you'll be open and receptive of it, and that you'll walk it out fully, unapologetically, boldly, and with confidence. All right. So this is November. November. Y'all excited? Y'all excited? I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. New month. So guess what? New baskets. So if you know someone that can benefit from a self-care basket, please do not hesitate to email me. And like, hey, I think this person could use some self-care. And let me know and let them know, like, hey, I'm going to send your information, send it to me, and I will make sure that they get a self-care basket, because I want everyone to be able to practice self-care. It's not easy, but it is worth it when you actually start taking out time for yourself, right? So I finally got back on. I still don't have my computer yet, y'all. So yeah, I know y'all be missing them slides, them little visuals. I know, me too. But when it comes to transition, I've learned that through this transition of with step out, even embarking on this new adventure that the Father has planned, like I've learned that the enemy will try to come and mess up what Yahweh is trying to bring forth, who he's trying to get to. I don't take none of this lightly or for granted. I take it very seriously, and I try to do exactly what the Father is telling me to do. With that being said, by your obedience and being obedient, it does make the devil mad. It does make him mad, because he's the author of confusion. He wants you to be confused. He don't want you to walk into your purpose. He don't want you to go into the next season where you're going to receive all the blessings that the Father has for you, or that blessing that's in store for you. He doesn't want that. We don't want no haters on our team. So we gonna continue to be obedient. We gonna continue to walk out. We gonna continue to step out into this next season that the Father has for us. No hesitations. So regardless of the fact that my computer is still in the shop, I couldn't find my glass. I got multiple glasses, but it was one particular pair I was looking for. Couldn't find them. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see today. I'm gonna see today. It's just so much stuff. Like, oh my gosh, so much stuff. But I'm just glad, like, every opportunity I get to step out with you all and even just come here at 6 o'clock, like I be ready. I be ready for 6 o'clock. I'm like, okay, 5:50. Okay, countdown. And I'm like, oh, missed it. Let me clock in. Okay, yeah. But it's like that for me. I'm excited to share with you all what November is going to bring. What November is going to be in store for you all. What all we're going to be talking about. We're all going to be walking out. It's definitely going to be different. So as y'all know, that we have been talking about family, right? We've been talking about family for a good while. Family, when it comes to, I'm gonna switch these out real quick and see if it works. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. I want to pin it on me so I can be able to see. Testing. Okay. All right. So yeah. So as y'all know, we've been talking about family, and I'm pulling up my notes because I don't have my computer with me. So I have learned to utilize what I have, right? We're not gonna give the enemy no room to do what he think to do what he think he gonna do to. Nah, I got other options. I got other options. And I just remember that even from when I first stepped out, and I had just launched, and y'all hear me talking about this a long time. So I had just launched my ministry, Sisters I Step Out, as y'all see, Step Out. And literally the next day after I launched, I got put in Facebook jail. So I was like, oh man, like I got discouraged a little. I did. I'm not gonna say a little bit. I got discouraged a lot because I was like, man, like this is Father, like you gave me the plan. You showed me all these things that was in store, who's gonna reach, like you showed me all this. And now I don't have nobody, I can't reach anybody. Like I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't really familiar with YouTube other than like watching like my church, my church's messages and things like that. Excuse me. I'm trying to start taking my time, y'all. And that's it's a big deal. All right. So I had just launched, got in Facebook jail, and I'm like, why? Like, Father, is this really like okay, maybe it's not meant for me to do it no more since I can't get in it. And he was like, oh no. There's other ways. I'm like, what other ways? He was like, there are other ways. Like, do not, y'all know the scripture, like, do not be weary in well doing, in due season you'll reap if you faint not. Man, that was definitely like a trying of my faith. Cause I'm like, I don't want to be weary. Cause if I get weary, then I don't want to lose what's in store for me because I just gave up. And that's a lot of times like we see the things that are going on around us and we decide to give up. We decide to give up on everything that because of hiccups. And we can't do that. We have to keep going forward. We have to keep going forward. Keep allowing the Father to minister you and to use you however He sees fit. Do not get discouraged. Don't give up or don't give in. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So even throughout all this, like I still have things probably not going right, but I'm going to continue to be obedient. So let's see, we're at 6:14. Okay. I wanted to have enough time to be able to share with you all what we're going to be talking about this month. So, as you all have come to witness that we were talking about family, you even witnessed me bringing in some of my family into the last Friday month of the networking of us coming together. So you had seen my siblings. You got my siblings the first time, my sister, my best friend the second time. My husband just came on with us last month. And I don't know who's going to be this month. I don't know. It could be you. I don't know. I don't know, but I love to get other people's feedback. I love to interact with everyone. So I don't know. It could be you because we have to, it can't just be my perspective. It has to be yours. It has to be yours. It has to be, it can't just be mine because yes, I do have a story to tell, but there are other stories out there as well. There are other people that's going to share with you how they stepped out, and we have to be open and warm and receptive to that, so that way, we can be an encouragement to one another. Okay. So while it was nice to have them on, I realized that um, that they are a part of my nation. They're part of, you remember we talked about the circles and, we talked about the circles and who's in your immediate circle, who's in your inner circle, who's in your outer circle, who just don't fit in your circle, right? And if you all remember, one of the pictures I posted, it had all these circles. You had me, you had the inner circle, the outer circle, middle circle, and outer circle, right? So this November, we're going to be talking about that inner circle. Who is that? Me. Not me, you. We're going to talk about you. Okay. So because even in family, right? In family, it all still comes back to you. You being a part of them, you connect different. If you don't realize, like you connect different people. For instance, when I go to church, I have my connection of people that I deal with in that area. When I'm at my probably dad's church, or if I'm at school, or if I'm at work, or um, if I'm at just other examples. Like no matter where you are, you have a connection to people that you may know. Sometimes we go to places that we don't know people, but even when you go to an event, right, and you go to a party or something like that, what are you looking for? Something familiar, somebody that's connected to you, somebody that you know, right? So by them being connected to you, this is why we have to start with that person that's in the center. Because before all these people, before you can get the inner, the outer, the inner, the middle, and the outer circles, you have you. You branch and you bring all these people together, whether you realize it or not. And um, so this November, it all comes back to you. So we talked about all the different families and things like that, my sister, my brother, but they all connect to me. So it starts back with me. No matter where we go in all these discussions, it always going to lead back to you, not this person, not that person. It's going to lead back to you. I remember when I was growing up, my Sunday school teacher, I call her Aunt Patsy. She used to, we used to always, not always get in trouble. Like whenever they get in trouble, they're like, oh no, she did it. No, she did it. She did it. And she always say, you know what they say? Some of you point that finger at one person and you got three pointing right back at you. So that means it still comes back to you. So I want you to know that you can point, you can try to put off, right? It's try to shine light on everybody else, but it still comes back to you and how you deal with where you're going to go, where you're going to grow. Because we can't keep pouring into everybody else when we don't have, well, and because even then when you pour into everybody else, what happens? It still comes back to you, okay? You got to fill back up to be able to pour out again. It all comes back to you, okay? So family is family, but we're going to talk about who are you? Who are you? When I look at the word family, right, I is somewhat in the middle, surrounded by fam, and at the end, ly. And I just took that. I love you, right? You got the ly. And then most people in the abbreviation is I love you, right? But you have the I and ly. You have to love you. Before you add, I gotta hear myself. Before you add family, you have I love you, meaning you have to love yourself first before you can expect anyone else to. We oftentimes, due to societal norms, put family ahead of our own selves because family is important, which is okay, but it can't be more important than your mental, physical, or spiritual. You have to matter more. It is not for you to lay down your life for relationships and family when it doesn't work out. Leviticus 19:18 says to love your neighbors as you love yourself. So it doesn't say that you love your neighbors more than yourself. It doesn't say you love this person better than yourself. It says to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So that means you have to, if you don't love yourself, you can't love your neighbor. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to benefit anybody else if you don't love yourself. You have to know and speak this within yourself, whatever your I ams are. Come up with your I ams. I am beautiful. I am victorious. I am loved. Oftentimes, people lose themselves trying to make others happy, trying to make family happy, try to make our jobs happy, try to make our friends happy. And all the time, while we make everybody else happy, we're the ones that's miserable. We're the ones that we are struggling and trying to figure out how we go do this, how we go do that. We're literally minimizing ourselves to make other people bigger. And that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're going to be doing. You have to love yourself enough. Family can surround you, but they ultimately become a connection to you. So if you ask my brother, who is she to you? She'll say, oh, this is my baby sister. If you ask someone else, they're like, oh, my niece, she's my cousin, there's a connection that everybody has to me. But just because you have a connection, that's where that we talk about entitlement versus title. Just because that you have a title, which is the connection to me. So just because you're my brother or just because you're my cousin, do not mean that you're entitled to mess up my mental health, to mess up my physical being, to mess with my mind. You do not have the authority. No one has the power or authority over you but the Father. Okay. Even if you feel like you're alone, right? If you feel like that you're left out, or because you choose to be this I person, that you're alone, or you may be in the predicament where your family has cut you off, or your friend, you no longer have friends, them close friends you had from middle school, high school, college. I even learned that a lot of the connections that I built from middle school, high school, I would say elementary, middle school, high school, and college, I don't have those connections anymore. Those connections have fallen off. To whereas their season was sort of over. So although that we may have been friends, it doesn't mean that you are entitled to the name of my firstborn, or you're not entitled to ask me this. I'm just supposed to be there for you. I'm just supposed to. No, that's the spirit of entitlement, and you're not entitled. And that's where you have to be when it comes to people in your lives. You have to make sure that they're genuine people, that they're genuine to be there. But even also in Psalms 27:10, when my father and my mother has forsaken me, then Yahweh does take me in. So, and this is not just pertaining, yes, it says father and mother, but I also look at it as father, mother, your friends, sisters, brothers. This is my prayer, right? Because there's a time that I had to isolate myself from my family, because I felt like I wasn't growing. I felt like I needed something more. I felt like that I was being not hindered, smothered, but pouring into a lot of people that wasn't pouring into me. So I had to take a break from dealing with people and just figure, okay, shut everything down, shut it right down. What is it that I need to be doing? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? Right. And in that time, that even if it was my father, my mother, my sister, my brother, my cousin, my dad, like my cousin, he's so funny. I love him a lot because I know he means well. But whenever he don't hear from me, he always like, where you been? I'm like, I'm around. But if you don't see me, I'm minding my own self business. And I love him for it, because it's like the distance and all the, like, I have me and my best friend, we don't talk all the time, but it's like them people that when you finally connect with, it's like you never miss the beat. Excuse me. It's like you never miss the beat. So I've learned that people are going to cut you off, especially if you're not obliging them in their entitlement phase, because I stopped doing that. Like, I don't care who you think you're entitled to, not me. So in learning that and setting that boundary that you are no longer entitled to me, I had to realize, okay, it's gonna piss a lot of people off. It's gonna make a lot of people mad. And due to them being angry, they ain't gonna want to talk to me no more. And that's what that scripture comes to place. When my father and mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. When I felt like I didn't have nobody, I knew for a fact it was me and the Father. When I didn't have nobody that I could call on, because to them it's like, oh, you burned the bridge. Or to them it's like, okay, you gonna need me later. And they put that guilt on you to make you feel like that you're obligated to them, like you have to be there, when necessarily you really don't. And this is one thing I learned. I was telling someone, I was like, you have a choice. Who you want to be around, who you don't want to be around, who you want to be around you, who you don't want to be around you. You have that choice, because you don't want people around you that's preying on you, PREY, on you and trying to sabotage you. You don't want them people around you. People that don't believe in you, people that's not supportive, or that's really have your best interest. You don't want those people around you. I don't. And that's why my circle has been so small, because I have a choice. I have a choice if I want you in my life. I have a choice if you could be in my children's lives, because my children are all young. Now, when my children are old enough to be able to detect the control and the manipulation, and they decide they want to do with you, I'm going 1,000% support them. But right now, they're younger, and because they don't really know no better, by me being a mama bear, I'm a big mama bear. So I'm gonna definitely mama bears protect the cubs. And if you feel like that you want to disrespect me, or you feel like that I'm not for you, and or well, I deal with your children, but I'm not gonna deal with you, then you're not dealing with them either. Don't let your entitlement like hurt your feelings, because just because you are like, oh, I've been friends with you for 20 plus years, so you owe me this. And then this is what I hate. So, and I'm get back on. This is what I hate when people. This is why I don't like asking people for things, because as quick as you say no, they want to throw what they done for you, right? Well, I helped you with this. Them the type of people I try to rid myself of those people nearly 1,000%. Because I'm just like, if I feel like that if I ask you for something, you must guarantee it's a emergency, like literal emergency. Because I don't ask nobody for anything. I don't, unless it's very, very important. But not to let that be my downfall. But it's like most people, they're trying to manipulate you and use that to control you. And the only person that could control me, the only person that's the author and finisher of my fate, the Father. You do not have control over my life. You cannot. There's nothing that you could put on me. There's nothing that you could do for me that makes me want to sell my soul to. No manipulation, no control over here. But be mindful that although that people may forsake you, people that may not want to deal with you, you have Yahweh. You have God. You have one person. If you feel like you don't have nobody else in your corner, you do. There are many nights that I've cried. And I'm transparent. Yeah, I know, I'm be real honest. There are many nights that I cried. I'm like, oh dang, like my mama did it. And not to say it's not my mama, really, it's just an example. Oh man, my mama, she won't talk to me. Or my daddy said, don't call him for this. Or my sister said this. And just in that instant, literally, I feel a calm. Holy Spirit literally puts a calm. He was like, I'm still here for you. I still have you. When nobody else is around, I have you. That's the type of solitude that we need in our life. Knowing that no matter what, when people may come, people may go, I have God on my side. You can leave. I tell my husband, he be like, girl, don't stop saying that. Like, you can leave me today or tomorrow, and I guarantee you, Shona Nicole, I'm going to be just fine. Because can't nobody make me or break me but the Father. That's the only person that has authority over my life. I don't give nobody that over me. So to forsake means to abandon, desert, or give up on. When you have people that give up on you and they don't have no dealings with you. I've had people give up on me a lot. People that have their own agenda, absolutely. God will never leave us. People that have their own agenda and they just trying to do what they feel they have. We gonna leave it at their own agenda. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Knowing that the Father will give you discernment to know if these people have your best interests at heart, to know if they really genuinely care for you, if they really genuinely love you. With that, I've learned that I deal with people. I have a natural and a spiritual way of dealing with people. The people that I deal with on a natural level, it's like them, the people that's in my circles. Now, the people that I have to deal on a spiritual level, they're not nowhere in my circles. They're not nowhere in my circles. It's like the people that I really have to pray for. You can't be nowhere near me, but I will pray for you. I will encourage you if the Father tells me to encourage you. Like I will be an inspiration to you if that's what I need to be. But you will not be nowhere in my circles. That's how we discern people. That's just like almost like you know how my dad used to tell us. It's so funny. He's like, you don't have no friends, you have associates. And I'm like, no, they my friends. No, they're your associates. Because guess what? They may be your friends. I was literally just telling one of my youth this the other day. I said, it's something called guilty by association. You may think they're your friends, but when some stuff go down, they say you'll find out who your real friends are. And you know, I've been caught in back in before I got fully saved, I got caught in a lot of many sticky situations. And I don't know if I can't really tell you that my friends were there for me. Not like that. They call them ride or dies. They were, you turn around and they gone. Like, dang, you know who your people are, know who's in your circle. The main person that's in my circle with me, I'm telling you, it's God. Can't nobody else. You can't touch me. Going into Psalms 27:5, for in the day of evil, he hides me in his booth. In the covering of his tent, he hides me. On a rock, he raises me up. So I love this script. I'm gonna read it in Psalms 27:5. I'm gonna read it for it because that's the scripture's translation. I'm gonna read it in the because I want y'all to know exactly what I'm talking about. So Psalms 27:5. All right. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna do KJV. All right, 27:5. For in the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock. So with this, knowing that no matter what troubles I'm in, Yahweh got me. I got my bestie. No, if it's my natural best friend. I know who's gonna be with me no matter what. That he got me, and I'm gonna always be covered by him. Why not? Why not? I mean, I share my best friend, not my physical, but my spiritual, because he's just that type of person. When I was like, oh my gosh, I remember before the launch, and I was literally crying outside as the Father was like really showing me some things, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I really just want to give you a hug. I really wish that I could give you a hug because how many of y'all have those moments where like when you're sad and you really just want a hug from the Father? Because like my husband's hug won't do. My sister's hug won't do. My daddy's hug won't do. Like I want a hug from the Abba Father himself. I want to hug because I'm just like, you make me feel so good. And I want to continue to feel that good. So Father, please, I want to give a hug. And he pointed me to my husband, y'all. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. But just embracing my husband because knowing that he is, a person, he is a believer as well. And I'm just like, it made me feel so good to know that hugging him is like hugging the Father. Like when you feel like you're alone and he just shows you like, I'm that for you. Like you may not be getting along with your sister right now, but I can still come to you in the form of your best friend or your husband or your sister. Or your mommy, that whoever it may be, whoever he puts in contact just to come and embrace you. I don't know if y'all ever had the moments where like you're in the store, so like, can I just give you a hug? And I'm like, sure. Or okay, or maybe not, don't touch me. But being able to recognize these things is really, really important. And knowing that you can't have everybody touch you though. That like, nah, I'm a little discerning. I don't want you to touch me. You're not saved. No, I'm kidding. But learning that this is one of the things before this month started, the Father gave me 2 words. And this is what we're gonna be practicing this month as we talk about ourselves. You want to know the 2 words? Y'all ready? No access. No access. As he was showing me those 2 words, he's like, everybody shouldn't have access to you. No access means to be unable to enter, use, or obtain something due to restrictions, lack of permission. No access means to be out of reach, unapproachable, unreachable. Everybody should not have access to you. Because everybody, like we said to me, and everybody do not have your best interest at heart. Everybody do not mean you well. So, and even in discerning that, knowing that, okay, you know what, I shouldn't. And this is the thing, he'll tell you who he wants you to talk to, who he wants you to be an inspiration to, who he wants you to encourage, who he wants you to hug. He'll tell you that. He'll give you all of that. But you have to know that, okay, this person, I'm feeling a little weird, like, or nah, my spirit is telling me no. Discernment is serious. You have to know, when it comes to my children, no access. No access. That's an immediate no access. Like, if you think, nah, no access. To me, no access. To my husband, no access. You do not. Nobody has. And people that think they have access, them are the people that think they have authority and they're entitled. And that's what we need to be watchful out for this month, is people that think that they're entitled to us, that they have free access. And when they think they have free access, I'm going to tell you, like I tell my youth, I told them to say decrease, no access. Access denied, right? Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. I used to think that because I was younger, that my feelings didn't matter. I felt put in a box. I felt like I had to be around people that treated me badly, disrespected me. I had to be around people who just tolerated me, but really didn't want any dealings with me, all because they were family. And I did put that in quotation. I'm going to read that again. Oftentimes, I'm going to put it in your perspective, right? Oftentimes, we allow people to put us in a box. Oftentimes, we feel like we have to be around people that treat us badly, that disrespects us, that want to have no dealings with us and only tolerate us. How many of y'all Yahweh doesn't even tolerate us? Like, he loves us unconditionally. He gave his whole son for us because he loves us unconditionally. And if he could do that unconditionally, why should I just feel tolerated? You don't have to just feel tolerated. You don't have to be, you can be at peace. You could be in a place, in a position, in a posture where you have shalom in your life, right? You don't have to be around people. That's what I say. It's all about your choice. You have a choice in every manner. You have a choice. If you want to be, if I know that I'm going to be put in a situation where people don't like me, I'd rather be at home. Like, if I know that they already talking and they already have like ill will against me, why would I come out of my peaceful place just to be put in a place where I'm only tolerated? I'm gonna tell y'all now, and I'm live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I'm gonna tell y'all now, if I feel like I'm being tolerated in the situation and I'm not truly authentically loved, and you just dealing with me just because of my children or just because, no access. I'm gonna stay at home peacefully in my comfortable bed, in my comfortable robe, in my comfortable slippers, eating my comfortable chocolate covered strawberries and my tea and whatever else, before I allow anybody to make me feel uncomfortable or to be in a place where I'm not authentically accepted. Because let me tell you what that's going to bring. You put yourself in a situation where you already know that people don't have no dealings with you. And guess what? You sitting there. I used to be that person because I used to be very uncomfortable. If I don't know you, if I got, like, for instance, if I'm going to a gathering or something like that, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, my first year dated my husband. And y'all know this stage, because when you meeting the parents and you really don't know if they go like you just sit there awkwardly, like, okay, and you just observe, like that's me. I sit there and observe, and they'll tell you that like she just sat back, like trying to figure out until I felt welcome to come in and welcome to cook, welcome to come in and feel and talk in the conversations. I sat back and I observed. And I observed to see if somebody came and talk to me, to see if somebody offered me something, to see if somebody like, oh, come on, come in here. Come in here, hang out with us. I don't go into no place where I'm not accepted. I don't. I just don't. And I don't want people to feel like that they have access to me just because, oh, well, you came anyway and you're not even supposed to be here. Nope. Okay. When Yahweh first brought me the topic on family, y'all don't laugh at me, okay? When Yahweh first brought me the topic on family, I was like Kevin Hart telling his teacher what his mama said. It's about to go down. I said, it's about to go down. He first gave me this topic on family. I was like, oh yeah, this is how I was, y'all. I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I got some stuff. I got some stuff to say. They don't want to hear that. Oh no, I'm ready. I'm ready. I was like, oh, it's about to go down. That's how I was. I was ready to go scorched earth based on everything that I dealt with, everything that I felt. But Yahweh knew then not to leave me to my own devices. So he began to guide me through to my healing. He began to guide me through my healing. I did some talking to him. He brought people my way that I could talk to as witnesses, some encouraging and more testimonies. Okay. I did some talking to him. He brought people my way that I could talk to as witnesses, some encouraging people and more testimonies. It was amazing because now I'm able to talk about it. No access. Who are you? As hard as it was, I had to take a break from family just to figure out who I was. It's not bad. It's not bad that family is all you have. But what happens when family is no longer there? Oftentimes, family can be used as a crutch to never grow up, to never spread your wings, to never think on your own, to never have your own opinion, to never have your own voice. Oftentimes, family is like a crutch. For me, my family was a crutch, physically and spiritually. Spiritually, because I rely mostly on my dad's faith before I found my own, not realizing that Yahweh could have gave me my own voice if I would have leaned and depended upon him versus depending on my dad. Y'all hear me talk about when I first got diagnosed with endometriosis. And during that time, it was really scary for me because I was really unfamiliar about, the diagnosis. I was really unfamiliar about what all was going on with my body. And so I did. I literally laid down and I told the Father, I was like, I'm going to lean and depend upon my dad's prayers because I don't know what to pray for during this time. I don't know what to ask you for. I don't know. Because like I said, it was misdirected to me on what really caused that situation. So I just leaned depend upon my dad's prayers, my mom's prayers to guide me through it instead of on Holy Spirit himself. But like I said, so oftentimes family can be a crutch. But we have to know when it's time to cut the apron string, cut the apron string, cut the umbilical cord, cut whatever rope that's tying you to them that's not having you to grow the way that you're supposed to be growing, right? Whatever it is that's hindering you and stopping you from being all you're supposed to be being. I encourage you all to discover for yourself, like who I am outside of this company, who I am outside of this family, who am I outside of, all these different things that are trying to they're trying to entitle themselves into my life. Who am I? Right. And it can be difficult. Um all right. So it may be hard. We lost Facebook as I just detested. Got a notification. So it may be hard, but really understanding who you are as a person, how can you really spread your wings? Oftentimes our families can be that crutch that hinders you from ever spreading your wings. And to where that you trying to figure out, oh, what I'm gonna do? I don't know how to make it on my own. I've seen and heard a lot of testimonies from women who were forced to get married, like granted out of the home, and all they know how to do is being homemakers, right? Being keepers at home. That oftentimes when their significant other passes away, they don't know what else to do because their husband took care of everything. Their husband paid the bills. Their husband worked. They didn't have to work for nothing. They didn't have to do this. They didn't do that. So they lean on their relationship as a crutch. And then it became even more hard to kind of like spread their wings and figure out who they are outside of marriage, who they are outside of a lot of things. I had to really discover, and that's also due to me like kind of reducing my circle, of me realizing that of who I am as a friend, who I am as a daughter, who I am as a spouse, who I am as a mom, who I am as a sister. It really helped me to reevaluate that because I was leaning on my family a whole lot. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But if you don't have your own wings, if it's like a 1,000%, because even the father gets jealous. Let's be honest, the father gets jealous if you continue to depend on other people and ask them instead of asking him. If you keep asking, oh, what do you think? People used to ask me, oh, what do you think? What do you always say about this? I'm like, yo, ask them yourself. You need to build your phone line. My phone line. This is a personal call. This is not a phone line for you. This is a personal call. I'm talking to you about. If you want to know, you go pick up the phone and you call him yourself. Okay, this is my main line. You know, but people oftentimes they don't know how to spread their wings. They don't know how to figure out who they are. They're stuck. They're stuck in the cocoon phase because they're scared to spread their wings and fly because they're so used to the warmth of the cocoon. Even in that, you can die because it's meant for you to fly. I have seen a lot of people, a lot of women, just in general, like trying to figure out how to make it. And that's another reason why Step Out is here. And this is why I want y'all to continue to share, continue to send it to another young lady, someone, send it to a family member, have them chime in, or they just go back to the replay and listen because we have to be victorious. We are going to be victorious. We are going to be triumphant in this, in our emotions, be triumphant in our physical beings, be triumphant in our spiritual beings, being triumphant even in our mental. Like, but we have to step out into it. We can't keep leaning on, well, I didn't know this. I didn't know. I can use, I don't know how to be a wife for so long. And eventually, you always gonna be like, okay, what are you gonna do to become a better wife? Because that excuse is no longer valid. I've been married for 7 years. I can't no longer say, oh, I don't know what it means to be a wife. You've been a wife for 7 years, ma'am. There is something that you learn on how to be a wife. There's something that you learn on how to be a young lady, how to be an entrepreneur, there's something that you learn in all this walk. Like we pick up things and we leave it and we fall and we let it fall. And one of the things that the Father has been dealing with me on is persistence. And it was so crazy because at church on Saturday, my pastor was also talking about persistence. And I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, like I have not been persistent like I need to be, or how I want to be, how I should be. I have not been persistent at all. And with that, it causes setbacks because you're not being persistent. It stunts your growth. It hinders you from the next blessing because you're not being persistent. If the Father has put something on your heart to do, if He has given you something to step out on, if He has showed you something, told you something, even if it came through somebody else, I want y'all to understand this. Obedience is better than sacrifice. You are not in it by yourself. You're not in it by yourself, but you can't keep using your family. You can't keep using your friends. Why you stayed at this job for so long? Why you haven't done it? You cannot keep using it as a crutch. You just can't. It's time to spread your wings. Even if it means that you have to step back from family, even if it means you have to step back from friends, from going out as often, if it means you have to step back from telling people your business. Most time, and this is what people say. So people say oftentimes it's good to be quiet. I definitely agree with that. Like, everybody needs to know every plan that you have. Everybody needs to know everything. Like, some things you have to keep to yourself. Some things you have to keep secret, because that's one thing that I learned as well as I'm walking out, as I'm stepping out, is that everybody don't have to know all your business. And a lot of time I feel Yahweh be pinching me. I mean, my mom, when we play about this little pinching thing, I be feeling Yahweh pinching when I be saying too much, when I'm not supposed to be talking a lot, or saying whatever the plan is for this next adventure. And I feel him. I feel the nudge of him saying, okay, you're talking too much. Ask him to help you to be more aware of the nudge when you're speaking, when you're talking too much, when you're supposed to be being quiet. Asking for the encouragement to show you which way you're supposed to be going and to help you to be persistent into walking it out. In this season, in this month, we're going to be talking about how you can effectively step out. Step out off them crutches. You are healed, delivered, and set free. You do not need those crutches. You are healed. Lay them down and walk. I just pictured it so much different in my head. But yeah, this is the season where we have to release those crutches, those things that we're holding on to that's preventing us from walking to the next thing. We're going to learn no access this month. So I hope y'all excited. I'm really, truly excited because, as I told y'all, it's not just me. I mean, it's not just for y'all. It's for me too. I'm learning more so who has access to me and who does not have access to me. I'm learning more so of the crutches that I have leaned on that now, and now for me, and this can go either way. So you may be the person that you need to release the crutches, right? To grow, to flourish and develop. And you may be that person that needs to add, that you need the help and you need to add the crutch back, because you're trying to do everything on your own and you ain't making it. And now you need to involve. Now this is what I'm gonna say. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So, and I know we winding down on time. So this is what I'm gonna say. So when it comes to the crutches, right? The crutches, when you're leaning on something too much, then the ones you need to do away with. But if you're in this season where you're trying to do things by yourself, if you're trying to do it by yourself because you have released all the crutches of depending on people, and now you have go back to the people in your circle. So that's good. You purge yourself from the people that you shouldn't have access to. You're releasing the people that you do not need to have access to. Family, friends, foe, whoever, for coworker, whoever. You release the people that you do not. I cannot stress enough. Release the people that you do, and ask the Father, who are the people in my life that I do not need access to, that do not need access to me. Right? That's one. Two, help me. When y'all did the circles of who's in your circles, those are the people that you obviously trust. Those are the people that should be your access. Nobody that doesn't, I'm for sure anybody that feels entitled, they're not in your circle. Anybody that's trying to prey on you, manipulate you, they're not in them circles. So we're not gonna worry about that. But the people that now that you purge your circle to figure out who's in your circle, now is the time to incorporate those people during this time to figure out who you can lean on so that you can grow, you can develop. And that's what I'm learning in this season now. I'm so glad that y'all joined me today. I hope that you were blessed on today. I know I truly was. I get excited every single time I get to come in and share with you all what the Father's showing me. I cannot wait for the ones that are going to be releasing crutches and figuring out those people that don't need access to you or you don't need access to them. And I cannot wait for those that are going to be picking up. And I don't want to say crutch, right? Because you're leaning, when I say crutch, I'm going to say leaning on the people in your circle. Okay. I love you all to life. And I hope you all have a blessed, tremendous week and that you keep your eyes open to what the Father is trying, that you keep your eyes open to what the Father is trying to show you. I pray that you open up your ears to what the Father is trying to tell you, and that anything else, whether it be above or beneath, more than or less than, that has nothing to do with what he's trying to show you and what he's trying to get you to do, I pray that it falls to deaf ears. I pray that your ears are closed and your eyes are closed to it, but it's only open to what the Father has in store for you. All right. I pray you all have a great, blessed week. If you have any questions, if you want to talk about something, if you have some questions about what we talked about, and you just want to bounce some conversations, hit me up either through the DMs or the email sisters.stepout@gmail.com. Okay, I'm here for you all. I love you all to life, and shalom.
Slow her down, she is a warrior. Gotta get up and go, no matter the road. Gotta keep your head held high. Gotta keep on praying, keep on slaying. Gotta keep that pretty smile. She's ready to battle, gonna take the enemy down. She fears no evil and holding her ground. She is the warrior. She is the warrior. She is gonna lose it. She is the warrior.
Y'all have a blessed evening. See y'all next Monday at 6 p.m. Bye for now.